Y'all, we are back with Trolling with Gwen, honey, where we're going to talk a little bit about gossip, a little bit about politics, but honey, a whole lot of bullshit. And the way current events are going this week, this shit is getting ghettoer and ghettoer as we go. Okay. I want to try to wait until some folks come in, but we're just gonna, give a quick shout out that, God just helped folks. First of all, shout out to the individuals up north who were shot and then they found some sort of bomb. I don't know what is going on with the world. What is going on with the world? Why do you feel the need to shoot people up and bomb folks? Like it would never make sense to me. My condolences to the families of the individuals who were murdered. And I hope they find the individual. I hope they put them under the jailhouse. Okay. All right. So if you are watching this, I want you to not only share it, but also we have a phone number available. It should be down below where you can go ahead and call in and also chat with us if you can see us on the live stream. Okay. So it's a couple folks on the chopping block besides me and Cynthia losing her luster child. First on the chopping block, we're gonna talk about the rubber band man himself, T.I., got that ass flung out of a comedy show after he bombed. I don't exactly know who in the world told T.I. that he should be doing comedy. With everything that's been happening, I thought Buddy would have did porn, but that's just me. I don't know. But all I know is they flung Rubber Band Man ass right out of that comedy club after he got booed for doing his stand-up. Now, maybe that's karma for whatever the hell he did to that other girl last week, but I don't know. Who knows? We shall talk about that another time. Hopefully, he does a little studying from the greats. Maybe even some Godfrey. Talk to Godfrey. You need to talk to somebody. But apparently, your shit is not rolling over very well. And I'm not saying that your career is over, but baby, it's on the brink. Next on the chopping block is none other than this hard-faced heifer Luvvi. Now, Black Greek letter organization is going to take an L for this completely because I just cannot believe that they let this young lady in. This girl is literally the Cynthia Erivo of Delta Sigma Theta. So anybody who's been watching my show from the beginning knows I've already made like a little segment concerning individuals who come to this country and shit on Black people. I don't like that. You get your green card and then you shit on the very individuals who made it possible for you to even have one. I didn't even have time to put on my eyelashes for this tonight. But I had to talk to y'all about this because this really bothered me. First of all, she has said a lot of disparaging and disgusting things about Black people in the Black community. And I don't think she even deserves a seat at the table. Whose idea was that? Or, that's Delta Sigma Theta's problem as of right now. But some of the things that I've heard from that hard-faced heifer, like just saying things like, oh, why are African Americans mad at Haitians? Who's mad at Haitians? Are y'all mad at Haitians because they got out of slavery before y'all did? So apparently the consensus is they didn't worry about it because everything that she said about Black people was satire. Well, guess what? I can't take my Black ass to Lagos, Nigeria and talk shit about the people there because they will satire my ass on fire. And that's some real shit because they believe in jungle justice. So I don't understand how people come to this country and shit on the people who made it possible for them to be here. That just will never, ever in my life sit right with me. Get your green card and go sit in the corner and leave the ones who made it possible for you to even have it alone. I can't even believe it. You have shitted on Black people, especially African-American women, and now you want to be a part of our stuff? That don't make sense. Anyways, that's the L. You can have the hard-faced heifer. And here we go. Black people again, us trying to be a part of what the white folks got going on. And no shade to them, 100%. But the Oscars gave Will Smith 10 years. Okay? The Oscars gave Will Smith 10 years. They banned him from the Oscars for 10 years. Meanwhile, they have pedophiles, murderers, all kinds of nasty folks up in there doing all kinds of things that still have their Oscars. First of all, if I was Will Smith, first of all, Will Smith has nothing to prove. He has been in this industry for 30 plus years and he has done well. He has had a clean slate. And this is what we talk about when we talk about disparaging things as far as Black people. You know, if America catches a cold, Black people get pneumonia. You see what I'm saying? They got all these people that have done all of these things, all of these egregious things to individuals in society, but they want to give him. Let me tell y'all something. I think the only reason why they're doing this to him is because of Oscar So White. Okay? And Chris Rock, in my honest opinion, is their muse. He is their Uncle Ruckus. How dare y'all slap their Uncle Ruckus? How dare you? Chris Rock has always, always, always not been on the same page as Black people. I can remember an interview he did back in 1997 where he basically joked fun at the Women's Million March. What Million Women's March? And of course, Jada Pinkett was the brunt of his joke. 2016 came, he couldn't even stand in solidarity with Black people to not go to the Oscars. Instead, he hosted it and joked about the individuals not being there. Anyways, so my personal opinion is Will Smith should have slapped them veneers clean out of his mouth. I don't care what you say. He deserved it. It's been coming for a long time. And now that they've slapped his Uncle Ruckus, they're doing all of this extra stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Black people, even the Black people who didn't find what he did the right thing, and I don't care, we're not canceling him. We are not canceling Will Smith. I don't know what y'all thought, but no, we're not. We are not canceling Will Smith. I don't care what Jada did. I don't care about none of it. We are not canceling Will Smith. And like I said, the only reason why the Oscars are going this hard is because Will Smith hit a token Negro. That's the only reason. And as far as these other people who talking about, oh, I was so distraught. Please go to hell. Because you're not distraught and distressed when you keep watching Black people on TV. I see all these people opening up their mouth, but nobody said nothing when all this other stuff happens to Black individuals. Y'all raising money for Ukraine, and we're gonna talk about it. I saw something where if you are working as a volunteer, they tell you that these people use the N-word, and that's just a part of their culture. What? Okay. Anyways, that's a whole nother thing. We can talk about that another time because I haven't spoken enough about Ukraine. But I'm going to tell you what I got to go back to. So this is our next subject is Kanye and Kimberly. Now, of course, I love the old Kanye, and I do not agree with a lot of the goofiness that he has done in his time during this whole divorce situation. However, if he show out again, I'm gonna just be quiet. Because to see Pete Davidson have Northwest in his lap, where is Will Smith? Pete Davidson had Northwest sitting in his lap, especially after he made some strange comment about having sex with babies. Anybody who is a single parent, single mom, whatever, even if you're not single, at a certain age, you're not sitting in your uncle's laps. You're not sitting in your dad's friend's laps or your mom's friend. You are not doing that. No, ma'am, Pam. And Kim should know better than that. Kim. Jeez. Damn. Come on, Kim. Get your shit together. Okay? Parents, we got to do better. So I am glad that Kanye West is getting help. If he's getting help, I don't know. I don't know. That's what the boy said. He didn't say a lot of things. So he did say that he was going to go get some help, and I do appreciate that. I appreciate him getting help. I appreciate him doing what he needs to do to make his mental health more tolerable to the public. Appreciate it. Because the boy, yes, is a genius. But please stop pushing this boy to the edge. Okay? And I'm not sure exactly what the mayhem is or what the What the media has going on where they only mention North. What happened to East, West, and South? What happened to the other 4 children? They never talk about those kids. They are always hyper-focused on Northwest. I'm not sure what that's all about. But anyways, my next topic, because this is the most important thing. Okay? So I know I may get a lot of flack for this. Guess what? I don't care. I want to talk about prosecutors. I want to talk about lawyers, and I want to talk about some of the goofy things that they do just to make a name for themselves and how individuals in the public suffer from that hand. And hell, is there anything that we could do? So let's start from the beginning. First and foremost, the prosecutors in, where is that, Miami? They're not doing enough. Okay, so we're going to talk to you about this guy. I can't remember his name. His name is not even important to me. Anywho, there was a social media influencer just this past week who was murdered by a Caucasian female, and she basically stabbed him to death. Now the prosecutors are saying that this individual, they sent her to a psych ward, and basically she did it in self-defense. So which one is it? Is she crazy, or was she defending herself? And if y'all use self-defense, then y'all need to pay restitution to the Black woman who shot up in the air a couple of times to get away from her abusive husband, and she spent years in jail. See, that's what we be talking about. We talk about what's not good for the goose is good for the gander, or what's good for the goose. However it goes. Now, particularly me and most of the Black women who have read about this case and have seen it, you know, we kind of just got our hands off of it because, first of all, Lil Buddy didn't like Black women anyway. So I'll be damned if me and my peg leg finna get out there and protest for any damn thing. I don't care what his brother said, because Buddy completely was disrespectful to Black women. I don't care if he said it when he was 5 years old. Sounds personal. So when we talk about that, what the prosecutors there are doing the least, let's talk about some prosecutors that are doing the most. Now, I did a podcast a couple weeks ago with a surgeon and a lawyer, and we all brought up, we spoke about this case that's going on in Tennessee with a young lady named Redonda. Now, Redonda White, contrary to what her name sounds like, okay? Redonda is Caucasian, okay? Redonda is Caucasian, and Redonda murdered a patient, okay? Redonda murdered a patient. So let me tell y'all what Redonda did. So there was a young lady in Tennessee at Vanderbilt University who came in with a brain bleed, hemorrhagic bleed to her brain. She had been in the hospital all this time, and she was actually getting ready to get discharged. So usually with things of this nature, they'll do a follow-up MRI just to see what's happening with the bleeding, if the bleeding has rescinded or if it's gotten worse. Anyways, they were double checking that. Well, Redonda was supposed to give a medication called Versed. Versed is basically to help her relax so that she could do the MRI. Okay, you know, big. Anyway, Redonda then gave a paralytic. Okay. Excuse me. Spreading germs, child. Anyways, Redonda then gave a paralytic. Now, anybody who is a nurse knows when you are giving medication, when you draw it up, here's the needle. Okay, this is my pretend needle. Here's the needle. Here's the medicine, right? Turn around this way. This is, oh, shit. Hold on. This is the medicine, okay? So when you have the medicine, what we most likely do, take the needle, put it in. Now, mind you, if I'm putting the needle in, I got to look at it, right? So if you look at it, around this part right here, it clearly says paralytic. Red bold letters right here where you got to look and stick the needle in. Okay? Paralytic. There's a sign when you pull it out of the machine, paralytic. There's a tab on the sign of it, paralytic. I don't know what the hell Redonda was doing. She said she was talking to somebody, but ain't that much damn talking in the world. Anyways, Redonda pulled up that medication, gave it to the lady died. Okay? Now, this was in 2017. Okay? Now, not only did the neurologist who found the stuff with the medical examiner, but the hospital also helped to cover this shit up. Let me tell y'all what they did, okay? The the neurologist who did the death report to give to the medical examiner failed to report that this patient died as a result of a medication error. Okay, cover up number one. Number two, the hospital tried to keep this shit out of the media. They paid the people under the table. Okay, they gave the family a very generous, undisclosed lump sum of money, and the people was like, okay, well, thank you, right? So I don't know exactly the dynamics behind this particular part, but my thoughts is once Redonda left, she probably pissed somebody off and somebody called in and whistle blew on that ass. Okay. They whistle blew on her ass. So not only did they call, I think they called the health department or they called CMS. CMS is basically Medicare and Medicaid. They called CMS and was like, this girl done killed somebody and the hospital done covered it up. So CMS come in, they do this investigation. She get her license revoked, all this stuff, okay? So now, I want you to sit this to the side. Now, as far as nurses are concerned, because I'm a nurse, every single year, between 7,000 and 10,000 medication errors occurs that results in the death of a patient, okay? Unfortunately, that's just the way things happen. And again, we are all human, right? But now you have these prosecutors out here. Excuse me, let me wipe my glasses, child. Now you have these prosecutors out here who are just trying to make a name for themselves. And honey, I still don't know y'all damn names. They out here trying to make names for themselves and just trying to, in my honest opinion, are literally just trying to prosecute the girl because they ain't got shit better to do. So this young lady is going to spend 3 to 5 years in prison. Now, let's bring it back a little bit. If she's going to prison for 3 to 5 years, which, trust me, it's gross neglect. And let me tell you, a lot of Caucasian nurses are behind her because they feel like the hospital didn't do what they were supposed to do to protect her. Huh? Anyways, we'll come back to that part. So if they put Redonda in prison for 3 to 5 years, does that mean they need to go back and put them other 7,000 to 10,000 medication error individuals in prison as well? Now, before you say yes, because I know some of y'all, because I will be very particular about my family member as well. Before you say yes, if these people decide they ever want to go back and prosecute all of these nurses who have made medication errors or doctors or whomever, you had better bet your ass y'all gonna be taking care of y'all people yourself, because there will be a mass exodus so hefty in the nursing field. Because to be quite honest, accidents are very prone to happen, and that's anywhere. That's covering any board. That's covering. So where do we draw the line is the question. So right now, it just seems like there is a Salem witch trial going on for nurses. There's another nurse who is being arrested. What part of Georgia? I want to say Forsyth, Georgia. Anywho, let me tell y'all. This is the T. The T is these officers had this black guy who was in prison, had him down on the ground, was kneeling on his back. The man screaming, sounds like a little George Floyd-ish, screaming that he can't breathe, blah, blah, blah. The officers have moved the man out of the way. I'm sorry, moved the nurse out of the way and was like, get out of our way, let us do our job. You know, she's a prison nurse. And I want to say she was a travel nurse at that. Anyways, they tell her to get out the way. She gets out the way. She lets them do their thing. They call her back in to do CPR. She's trying to get the man revived. Guess what? Of the 5 officers and the 1 nurse, there's only a nurse being prosecuted. Make that make sense. Okay? Another nurse. And I'm not saying that I don't know the liability. I don't know exactly, how, the comes and goes and the ins and outs of everything as far as it goes. But there's another nurse now. She did have her license taken, where she charged on a dead patient. Basically, the man then hit his head, and apparently his son is one of Trump's cabinet members. So I'm surprised she ain't in jail. So hopefully, sis, if you need a side hustle, call me. I'll help you get on to something. Because anywho, it's almost like the Salem witch trials for nurses. Okay. Now, of course, this whole situation has made nurses be on a higher alert, double check your medication. Even if you double, triple check, sometimes some things you can't help. And that's just unfortunate. Just know that 90% of us are actually out here to do a job and to do right by your family members, to make sure that you guys are safe, to get people back to their optimal care. But we also need somebody fighting for us. And I think if these prosecutors are out here just to make a name for themselves, they should be held accountable also when people go to jail falsely. All these people that are in prison for 10 and 15 and 20 years, when they saw that the evidence was wrong, they should be held accountable. When we finna do that? Because I'm ready, willing, able. Because that is the gist, especially behind this RaDonda case. And I didn't even think about it until, I can't even remember the surgeon's name. Sorry, y'all, I'm terrible with names, but whatever. I might tag him when I share my little razzle dazzle. Anyways, he absolutely made a statement that made sense. These prosecutors aren't held accountable for when they falsely imprison individuals because they just want to make a name for themselves. You know? Where's the balance here? And I get it. If someone kills someone, for example, recklessly, for example, a car accident, drunk driving, of course, people should be held accountable. And I'm going to be honest, I don't want to see RaDonda go to jail. Is something on my shirt? Something on the other side. Okay. I don't want to see RaDonda go to jail. But she was absolutely grossly neglectful. And in my honest opinion, the hospital did not throw her under the bus. They actually aided and abetted. And Vanderbilt University also stuck their neck out so far. Now they're going to be on the chopping block. The caveat to this, now the other side to this is Vanderbilt University also has a physician who put a stent in the patient's wrong kidney. So now that individual had to be on dialysis for the rest of their life. And I think they just recently died, if I'm not mistaken. Vanderbilt sound like the ghetto. The ghetto. And now there is a mass exodus at Vanderbilt University. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Them prices get right, I'm going. Because I'm a triple, double, quadruple check what my patients need. And I won't give something just in case. Judge your mom. Nurses, be safe out there. We are still heroes, even though somehow we became the villain within the last couple months. I don't really know what that's all about. But I want all of my nurses friends, please make sure that you stay encouraged. We are still doing a great thing. Stay out here, get this money, get this clank, clank, clank. And, you know, we love y'all. Again, the rundown T.I., I think you need to just go into the porn industry. Luvvi, what the fuck? Will Smith, tell them to kiss your ass. Kim, chill before Kanye get on his shit again. I really hope Kanye is getting his shit together. And I ain't got shit to say about Miami. Hope it works out. And as far as everything, as far as nursing is in a nutshell, listen, again, you nurses, just try to be on your P's and Q's. Family members who are out there, I hope that none of you have to endure a medication error with your family. My condolences to the individual that was killed at the hands of RaDonda, because I mean that's what happened. And I love y'all. I hope y'all, do y'all have any questions? Do we have anybody who's ready to ask me a little razzle dazzle? Oh shit. No razzle dazzle. Hold on. Anywho, it's been fun. We're going to be back with our regular scheduled show next week. Next Tuesday. I love you. And thank you again for trolling with Gwen.